We know they are doing everything to stop or to make sure that Peter Obi didn't get the ticket. Their greatest fear, because somebody told me very close to the system of APC, he said the only formula of somebody that they cannot beat, the only thing in front of them that they don't have solution to it is Mr. Peter Obi. They don't have any formula for them to win election if Peter Obi grabbed the ticket. Because one, if the Muslim ticket has pursued them from the United States, there is nowhere they are going to hide. They must take a Christian candidate from the north. And if they divorce the Muslims, that they have already used them, that's why they will don't bring this issue of use and dump. So there is somebody like that is from the north for them to do that. So I'm telling you, whether they create the Labour Party, which we have known that the Labour Party is not going to be anywhere, because the Labour Party has been filing candidates from 2011 or so. They have presidential candidate. Nobody heard about that, their presidential candidate. But people tend not to understand this phenomenon, Mr. Peter Obi. He is not running for president for himself. It's a gang of young people all over the country that they feel that this man look like us.
Right. Okay.
This man dress like us. This man talk like us. This man eat like us. This man is not holistic. He's not thinking like them.
Right.
Even though he can be like them, but he chooses to be like us, and we want to be like him, and we choose him to be in front so that we follow him to the destination of this new Nigeria that we want to create for ourselves.
Okay, Ibrahim Abdul Karim, I want to thank you very much indeed.
When you carefully listen to what Abdul Karim said, especially the part where he referenced what his source from the APC told him, then everything begins to make sense. When you pay attention and listen beyond the surface, it becomes much clearer why the APC is so desperate and relentless in its actions against Peter Obi. This is not guesswork. This is not speculation. You can hear it clearly from the words that were spoken. The truth is simple and very clear. The only candidate the APC does not have a solution for is Peter Obi. That single fact explains everything. To the APC, candidates like Atiku, Amaichi, and the rest are not a real threat. They are not worried about them. They are not losing sleep over them. That is why you hardly hear sustained attacks against them. That is why you rarely hear the APC discussing Atiku seriously, let alone Amaichi. There are no constant media assaults. There are no aggressive legal strategies aimed at stopping them. There is no coordinated attempt to remove them from the political space. And this is not accidental. It is deliberate. The APC knows exactly who threatens their grip on power and who does not. They know where the real danger lies, and they are responding accordingly. This entire situation also tells us something deeper and more revealing. It strongly suggests that they already have the real results of the 2023 election. They know exactly what happened behind the scenes. They know who Nigerians truly voted for. They know within themselves that Peter Obi actually won that election. That knowledge is what fuels their fear. If Peter Obi truly lost in 2023, they would not be behaving this way. If he was irrelevant or weak politically, they would not be investing this much energy trying to block him. They would not be going through back doors, courtrooms, party structures and institutions just to stop one man. Their actions expose the truth they are trying to hide. This is why every effort they are making now is focused on one thing and one thing only: ensuring that Peter Obi is not on the ballot at all, not weakening him, not negotiating with him, not facing him in a fair contest, but stopping him completely from contesting. They simply do not want Peter Obi on the ballot. And the reason is very obvious. They are scared of what will happen if he is allowed to contest again. They know that once Peter Obi's name appears on the ballot, it will no longer be business as usual. They know the old political calculations will collapse. They know the usual manipulation will face resistance like never before. They understand that Obi's presence fundamentally changes the equation. They also know that if Obi contests again, he will not get fewer votes than he did in 2023. He will get more. His support base has not diminished, it has expanded. His message has not faded, it has grown stronger. Nigerians are more politically conscious today than they were in 2023, especially the youths. The youths are no longer indifferent. They are no longer apathetic. They are no longer passive observers. The youths will not allow what happened in 2023 to repeat itself. They have learnt painful lessons. They are watching closely. They are organizing at the grassroots. They are determined to defend their votes. And the APC knows this reality. They know that with Obi on the ballot, the level of vigilance, resistance, and scrutiny will be far greater than before. That alone is enough to make them panic. This entire episode clearly shows that Peter Obi's popularity is not declining, it is growing. It shows that his acceptance cuts across regions, religions, and age groups. It shows that he has become a political reference point in Nigeria. More importantly, it shows that he is the most popular candidate in the country today. It also confirms something very important. Peter Obi is the only candidate that can genuinely defeat Tinubu in a fair, free, and transparent election. That is the truth they are running away from. This is also why we continue to insist that if the ADC is truly serious about defeating Tinubu, then they must be honest with themselves and realistic about strategy. This is not the time for internal power struggles. This is not the time for ego battles. This is not the time for unnecessary primaries that will only divide the opposition and weaken their chances. If the ADC truly wants to win, then they must think strategically. They should jettison the idea of a divisive primary and instead adopt a consensus candidate approach. This approach is not new. It has been used successfully in politics before. What matters is choosing the right person. And that person is Peter Obi. Not because of emotions, not because of blind loyalty, but because of facts, numbers, and political reality. Obi is the candidate that connects with the masses. Obi is the candidate that energizes the youths. Obi is the candidate that inspires hope and participation. Obi is the candidate the ruling party is afraid of. Giving Obi the ticket makes the path to victory clearer and easier. Anything short of that is a gift to the APC. We also want to urge obedience everywhere, across Nigeria and in the diaspora, to keep the work going. Keep organizing, keep mobilizing, keep educating voters, keep engaging peacefully but firmly. What you are doing is not in vain. The results are already showing, even if the ruling party pretends otherwise. The fear we are witnessing today is evidence that the movement is working. 2027 is our year of victory, not because of wishful thinking, but because Nigerians are ready, because the people are awake, because the political consciousness of the country has changed forever. And this time, nobody will take it away from us again.
I know that the system is afraid of Peter Obi. We know because they know the truth about... Well, of course, I know so. The government is aware of Peter Obi's performance in the last elections, and they know he is their main problem, not Atiku. Never mind the fraudulent things that INEC wrote. Those things don't mean nothing. We know Peter Obi was the man of the last election. So if acrobatically they refuse to allow the result to stand, and somehow they now brought Tinubu and imposed Tinubu, good. Tinubu would not forget that the position he holds is like Abacha. Abacha never let Abiola rest because they knew, even though they didn't allow Humphrey Nwosu to announce the election results, Abiola was the person that they had to be afraid of. So if the government today is afraid of Peter Obi, they know a lot about the true numbers of the voting results than they are willing to admit to the general public.